So now I want to come to Chhattisgarh. So let's come to Chhattisgarh and let's look at the VIP seats of Chhattisgarh and try and get a sense of what's happening in Chhattisgarh. So we'll take you through Raman Singh in Rajnandgaon. He's looking strong. Bhupesh Patel in Patan looking strong again, the incumbent chief minister. Interestingly, Amit Jogi, Ajit Jogi's son, is against Bhupesh Patel. He's looking weak on that seat. Vijay Baghel, nephew of the chief minister, who's an MP in that area, he's been made to fight an MLA election. He's looking weak. So this is actually one of the big fights on Sunday. Vijay Baghel, Amit Jogi. This is like a big tucker. This is like the big battle of Chhattisgarh.
You know, the buzz was that Amit Jogi has been pushed into this battle by the BJP. The buzz is the BJP gave him a chopper. The BJP told him to tie up, sue all third front candidates who didn't get Congress or BJP tickets, take them all together, and in Chhattisgarh margins can be low. And as our poll says, the others are getting a substantial share of the vote. So I think Amit Jogi may not be able to take Ajit Jogi's legacy forward. And
he's a highly controversial character.
He himself is. But you know, Ajit Jogi, when you talk to people, he's very well regarded. You talk to people, they will tell you administratively, they give a lot of credit for Chhattisgarh's emergence in those early years to Ajit Jogi. Ajit Jogi lost out in Congress politics, eventually became, formed his own party.
Lost out because of his own misdeeds.
He did, but you know, what you and I, that's why I say you and I in studios think that Ajit Jogi was identified with corruption, with sleaze. On the ground, Ajit Jogi has a very strong vote of people who felt that he stood up for their rights.
Okay. So this is T.S. Singh Deo in Ambikapur. He's looking strong. The former, erstwhile prince of the Principality of Sarguja, he's looking strong. Remember, in that area of Sarguja, the Congress had done very well in the last elections. They would hope to do an encore. And if, of course, T.S. Singh Deo is looking strong, but if around him he's not able to hold on, it will make Baghel's task tougher.
You know, I spoke to someone close to T.S. Singh Deo, and they made an interesting point. They said, हमारे आदमी को आपने मुख्यमंत्री नहीं बनाया despite आश्वासन. आपको लगता है इस बार भी हम उसी तरह से वोट देंगे? You see, people have
In Sarguja Sambhag, which is Sarguja division, 10 seats, BJP is doing extremely good in this region, except this seat of...
You see, because that's, people felt, and there were Rahul Gandhi had reportedly given a commitment, 2.5 years to Bhupesh Baghel, 2.5 years to T.S. Singh Deo, and suddenly T.S. Singh Deo lost out, eventually was made Deputy Chief Minister just a few months ago. He's a very nice man. If I was ever to find a nice man left in Indian politics, T.S. Singh Deo would be right up there. He's a genuine gentleman.
No, but you can't compare Baghel's popularity with that of T.S. Singh Deo and his command over his MLAs. Bhupesh Baghel demonstrated the MLAs rally around him. Now, when it comes to BJP effecting a generational change in the post-Raman Singh disposition, the one person they're speaking about is Om Prakash Chaudhary. Om Prakash Chaudhary used to be a former government officer. He gave up his IAS. When the top BJP leadership goes, they call him in, they talk to him, consult with him. And he's really emerged as an important character in this election. He's, of course, very young. Will they pick a young face like this? We don't know just at the moment, but he's a former government officer, very well regarded in BJP circles, fighting from Raigad.
He is doing lots of social work even when he was IAS
He and
officer.
Arun Sahu. He and Arun Sahu are seen as the Gen Next.
He was rated very highly as a civil servant. He's got a social work, body of work. Even outside his government.
But if the BJP wins, I would bet on Arun Sahu becoming chief minister. Because they have consciously worked on building a leadership outside the sort of upper caste, traditional dominated leadership of the BJP in Chhattisgarh. And Arun Sahu represents that new generation. The BJP is always very quick to seize if they can find strong OBC faces, strong non-upper caste faces.
And they lost a lot of the Sahu vote in the last elections.
Which they gave 14 seats to Sahus this time. Out of their 90 seats, 14 have gone to the Sahu community. The BJP has realized this is a community which may well stand with us. So he's a potential chief minister. The BJP can pull out.
Other big BJP face there coming from the trader communities, Brij Mohan Agarwal. But remember, the problem in a tribal state with somebody coming from the trader community is that there's a pushback that you get from the poor and impoverished as far as the community itself is concerned. But former State Home Minister Brij Mohan Agarwal looking strong in his seat of Raipur City South. He's a very strong politician on the ground, so he's looking strong in Raipur South. So is there anyone else we want to spend some time with? So Rajdeep Sahu, we can take a look at that and what's happening in rural Durg. He's the state home minister. He's looking strong in Durg Gramin.
He was the third person who was hoping to become Chief Minister. Baghel, Sahu and T.S. Singhdeo were in that battle. Baghel won out, Sahu lost out.
You know, the other interesting thing that I can do, which we didn't get a chance to do yesterday, using the post-poll data, is to show you what the new and old maps of Chhattisgarh will look like. You know, and one of the reasons that we do this is in the interest of transparency to actually put out the seat-by-seat data. So on this side of the screen is the data from 2018, the last assembly election results. This side is what the new assembly of Chhattisgarh could look like. And when you see, there are some very clear trends that emerge. A, the Congress is coming down from a very exalted plane where they were last time. The BJP, which had really collapsed, has bounced back. So those two trends which we were talking about in the build-up, that continues to happen. And that this really is a tight fight. Momentum, 26 seats up the BJP, 45, 23 down the Congress, which means, you know, momentum in favor of the BJP and against the Congress.
The big change is taking place in the tribal belt. You go to Bastar and Sarguja, 25 out of the 29 seats last time went to the Congress. There was a sweep in Bastar. They won 11 out of 12, won the 12th in a by-election. Now look what's happening. You're seeing in the tribal belt the BJP making gains, both there in South Chhattisgarh, and that, to my mind, is where this election gives the BJP half a chance.
So I can isolate Bastar and try and show that. So this is what Bastar will now look like according to the poll. This is what happened last time, and this is what's likely to happen now. So that is as far as Bastar is concerned. This is the overall state map. Now, the thing over there, Rahul Verma, is if you see here, the trend is pro-BJP, BJP graph bound, going up sharp. Congress's graph coming down quite a bit. Typically, when that happens, the BJP pulls it away. So it will be interesting if Pradeep's poll, which directionally shows the Congress in front, actually comes true.
See, I think there are two reasons why it may still remain what we are seeing. One, I think the gap with BJP and Congress had in 2018 is very, very large. Second, I think 6 months ago, it seemed that BJP had given up the fight and Congress was much ahead in the game. I think BJP realized very late in the game that there is massive sort of like anti-incumbency against the MLAs, and if they get their ground game right, they can actually give a tough fight. So what I sense is happening that BJP's campaign only picked up in the last 2 months, and that's basically about it.
No, so also it's if you look at the historical trend line for Chhattisgarh, this is BJP basically coming back to the mean, which we've seen because typically in 2003 the BJP had 50 seats, 50 in 2008, 50 in 2013. After that it crashed. So that election is really the outlier. Now they're almost coming back close to where that trend line has been. The Congress has been below the BJP in a very flat kind of fashion, almost suggesting as if nothing happened in the election, which is obviously not true, and went up massively and is now coming back to where that traditional line in
because
Chhattisgarh has been.
2018 election in Chhattisgarh was an outlier. Otherwise, 3, 8, 13 all were very, very close elections.
Especially in vote share.
Yeah.
They remain extremely
Let's
close.
now do the same thing.
Rahul, I just want to add one point over here among the Bastar and tribal belt of Chhattisgarh. This time the GGP, which is the tribal party, Gondwana Gantrat Party, and BSP, can you imagine the alliance of Adivasi and Dalit this time which is happening and which is cutting the Congress vote and BJP's emerging victory?
You know,
Guess who sponsored that alliance?
I don't know that.
That's the buzz. On the street in Chhattisgarh, that's the buzz. That this alliance, you see, the BJP realized, and this is where the micro strategy comes in. You realize that if we can have a consolidated third alliance, they may well take the votes of the Congress, make it a tighter fight. I'm saying it, that's the way politics is.
Yeah, but
you might often sponsor a third party.
Why was BJP able to do this in Chhattisgarh and even perhaps Madhya Pradesh, but not in Rajasthan? Like, is there some internal sort of politics that's pushing BJP to do something?